What's going on, guys? Zach here, back with another video, and today I've got a pretty special one because we are talking about this guy. This is the belt organizer from Sinking Ship Leather Goods. My good buddy Jordan makes these. They're US made out of California. I've been using this primarily for the last week and a half, and I want to get into some specs and my overall thoughts on this. So let's get into it. First off, I want to talk about what all this holds. That's going to be the most important piece of information that I can give to you, and one of the reasons that I would recommend picking one of these up. So I primarily use this at work, and so what you have in this main big compartment here, open the flap, and inside of that you will find that it accommodates a multi-tool. The one I specifically have is the SOG Power Access. Fairly decent sized multi-tool, and I want to say he says this pocket can fit most Leatherman sized multi-tools. I found it's a pretty perfect fit for the Power Access, and it's a tool that I use at work all the time. I did just find that it accommodates most larger size knives, like my Benchmade Griptilian. So in this pocket, I can slide my Griptilian in. Boom. Fold that flap over. And if you've been on this channel at all for any amount of time, you know that when I swapped these scales out for the micarta ones, the holes for the pocket clip don't have threads in them. So I can't mount a pocket clip unless I find some other solution for it, which I think I just found the perfect way to now carry my Griptilian again. That's going to be this guy. So that is the big loop. It fits most full-size multi-tools and big knives. Like the Griptilian is a perfect all-around example of the type and size of knife you can fit in that big compartment. Now, as far as the side pocket here for the flashlight, what I have fitted right now is my Baton 3 Pro from Olight. Now, with that, I also have my Warrior Mini 2 meets flashlight slot on the Sinking Ship organizer. No problem, because I believe the Warrior Mini 2 is almost the same dimensions overall as the Baton 3 Pro. They're the same battery, so that makes sense. And then I just recently realized that with the Arcfeld Olight's flat flashlight, that with a little bit of effort fits in there really nice and snug. Now, I would recommend, if you're going to be rotating lights, I wouldn't rotate the Arcfeld into this because it will stretch out that leather pretty heavily. So right now I just have it between the Warrior Mini 2 and the Baton 3 Pro. Those are the two that I switched between. They fit absolutely perfectly. And now the pen slot. And the pen slot is one of the most forgiving parts of this organizer. Right now, I have it fitted with my Big Idea Design bolt action pen. But I do also have this bolt action pen from Bastion. And with this one, it fits pretty well. It is on the longer end, so with that, you're gonna have to figure out if that's something that you are okay with. And it's pushed all the way through. It sticks out a good bit from that bottom, maybe a 1/4 inch, 1/8 of an inch. Not the biggest deal, because this is primarily a belt organizer, so it's going to be hanging on the belt anyway. But with my Big Idea Design pen that I have fitted with the Fisher Space Pen refill, with that refill inside of the Big Idea Design pen, it sits flush with the bottom of that multi-tool pocket, which I appreciate. I like things to be fitted the way that, you know, they're intended to. And you could adjust how deep that pen rides in the pocket. You can adjust that as well to make it flush. I found that this setup with the multi-tool, the Baton 3 Pro, and the Big Idea Design pen fits the organizer the best out of all of them. Now, I posted a short unboxing this, giving my first impressions, and I fitted that on the belt of my jeans. And what I found out with this is if you're wearing jeans, it doesn't really fit inside of the pocket. If you didn't want to run it on a belt, it's not going to really fit in the pockets of jeans. But if you're wearing athletic attire, this will fit in your pocket a lot easier. So right now I'm wearing athletic pants, and both pockets on either side, this fit right into. So take that as you will. As if you're going to be running a belt, this is awesome. That's how I primarily carry it at work, is on my belt on my right side. And if you don't wear belts too often, you're probably wearing athletic attire, and this fits in athletic pants pockets just fine. Just not jeans pockets, because there's a lot less space to work with. The quality on this organizer is absolutely fantastic. That has been my favorite word to use, is fantastic, but that's the only way that I know how to describe the quality on this. This has gone through scuffs on roof shingles, it's gone through drops on cement, it's gone through rubbing up against stucco on the outside of houses, rubbing up against sheet metal. This thing has gone through the ringer in just 1 week, and if you can see, there is little to no signs of wear on his organizer whatsoever, because the leather that he uses is a really top quality type of leather. He doesn't specify exactly what it is, but out of all of the leather products that I have, this one feels the best. And you know, with all of these scratches on there, they kind of just rub right out, which is what he recommended to do if you do end up getting your organizer scratched up or anything from him, is just take your hand or some oil and rub it out. Pause. Take some oil and rub those scratches right out. They come right out, and this leather looks brand new, which is something that I have learned to love about this guy. And finally, that kind of rounds out everything, and brings me to what are my final thoughts and would I recommend this for anybody to pick up. Short answer, yes, absolutely. If you're in the market for a leather organizer, you aren't going to get much better than this guy. I'm not entirely sure what the customizable options with this are, or what options he does have. I'll leave the link to his Instagram below. Look him up on there, message him, reach out to him, and get yourself one of these, because these are fantastic. And this has been by far my favorite way to carry all of my gear ever. You know, I've done pouches, and I still carry pouches. My alpaca admin pouch is still the primary way that I carry all of my gear. Hands down. It's the easiest. I can throw it in my day bag. I can throw it in, you know, the glove compartment of my car. Doesn't matter. That thing goes with me everywhere. But for a lot of my more regularly used items, like at work, a multi-tool, a pen, and a flashlight, are the three things I use at work more than anything else. And for me, having something like this, where all of those are easily accessible in one place, I can just throw it on my belt and have access to those three tools, is an absolute game changer. And especially outside of work, if I want to throw a knife in here, then I have my three most utilized tools on a daily basis ready for me at any given time. I don't have to dig through my pockets. I don't have to dig through a pouch. I don't have to dig through a bag or my car or anything. They're right there on my hip, ready to go. And that is an absolute win for me, and one of the reasons that I'm absolutely recommending that you pick one of these up from my good buddy Jordan. He's not paying me to say this. He did, full disclosure, he did send this out for me to check out, but he didn't tell me to say anything good. He didn't say, you know, there are stipulations, you can have this if you give me a good review. None of that. Sent this over, said, give me your thoughts, and that's exactly what I'm doing. But I'm very, very selective on the companies that I choose to work with, and which is why I recommend this wholeheartedly. After putting it through the ringer for a full week, this has gone through everything with me, and I'm not easy on my gear at all. But this thing has held up absolutely incredibly, and which is why I'm making this video in the first place. Is if this didn't live up to the expectations I had, I probably wouldn't be making this video. But this thing is fantastic. I'll leave the link to Jordan's Instagram down below, Sinking Ship Leather. Go check him out. If you do end up messaging him, tell him that Zach sent you over. And if you have any questions or any comments, let me know down in the comments and let's have a conversation about it. If you've made it this far in the video and you haven't subscribed already, hit that button, hit the like button. And with all of that being said, till next time, peace.